to never step to State House. That is the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua.
Yeah.
But is now on the verge of being edged out. Would you support an impeachment motion against Gachagua?
No. We can't come from a crisis and set ourselves in another crisis. How? How do you just come out? You think when doing that, what will we achieve? There's nothing we will achieve. I just want to tell all of them, if you are planning anything like that, it has nothing. It will be for no good for this country. And so such mindsets should not even be. Right now, we are trying to say, how do we come up and start again with good governance for the 2 years we have left with, and see just how we can reorganize back Kenya.
A culmination of that will be what many now say, they're trying to piece up evidence for possible even treasonous charges.
For who?
His allies have already been grilled. They have, you know, Gakuya and Major Donk have even gone to court to obtain the orders barring police from arresting them. Do you feel the government of the day should stop?
Of course.
Witch hunting Gachagua?
Absolutely. And they should learn from their own lessons. Why Kenyans felt sympathy for the president was how the former regime treated the president. And Kenyans normally go with the victim. And I will tell them for free, you will have made the deputy president a hero that you have never seen. You will even wonder, what did we just do? The same way we treated our president now is the same way we are going to treat the deputy president. So do not victimize, because Kenyans don't appreciate when you victimize leaders. They hate it. In fact, it is on, they will tweet until you'll wonder. The same way we tweeted for Faith. Yeah. And I just want to say, so for what good does it have? And in this government, can we start having a way of appreciating and saying, I have forgiven, can I move on? You want to tell me all that we've gone through, the Gen Zs, we have not learned our lessons as politicians. And so Gen Zs will just allow. In fact, even that bunge will close. Let me say, the day you bring that impeachment, trust me, that's the day we close and go, all of us.
Where there is smoke, there is fire.
Well, that smoke should be immediately toned down. I am just, it's very unfortunate for Gakuya, chairman, and Mejandong to go to court. You know, even some of these things you are not understanding, that they funded Gen Zs. Now which Gen Zs? The Gen Zs who came to destroy, or the Gen Zs who came 1 week on the streets themselves, or what Gen Zs? And anyway, if we had agreed, and I think that was the motto of ODM. ODM said, we must forgive, and we must ensure everyone who was in court, out of court. I want to plead now with the forces, the police, and everyone, that one of the agreements for us to come to where we've reached was that let us not continue being in court with these cases. In fact, everyone who has a case needed to have now been settled out of court, and those who were victims, we said we must start thinking how we give compensation. And those are some of the agreements we agreed, and we said without all this, then there is no need of even trying to say we can come in and salvage Kenya. Yeah.
Tribulations of Gachagua are already evident. He expected to be part of a meeting that ousted Cleophas Malala. You know, by 5 a.m.,
yeah,
the meeting was already set. You know, when he wanted to go there by 6, the resolution was already arrived at. You know, with now Malala already being edged out, could it be a political matrix where perhaps Root of Fields already have Baba on board, so Nyanza is on board, Coast is on board, and Western is on board, so there is no need for the mountain anymore? No.
I think that will be very wrong even for the president to And I doubt whether it is the president. You see, the problem is everyone who is around who wants to please on things that do not matter completely. I'm sorry to say that. That you cannot, in terms of removing Malala at 6, nobody can even ask why. But in terms of ethic, if you want to run a party, this is a very new party. It hasn't even run government for 3 years, and we are all in all this. Why can't you deal with one battle at a time? The battle that we should be dealing with right now is, forget about party, is the battle of getting the nominees into office and see how it starts. We had agreed, the government had agreed with Gen Zs, that's not even the government, the president himself, that in 3 months, there are a few things he will have done. And I think they have given him those 3 months. I think the anger of Nane, they know why they want to do that. But in real sense, the real Gen Zs had said 3 months, we see how we move, because you also give the country time to restructure.
Honorable Lachi, Gachagua, who appears to have been ensnared in his own traps, you know,
what do you
the
mean
other day,
ensnared in his own traps?
He didn't want Raila on board, and he said that.
Well.
In fact, he now says, should this government fail,
yes,
then the whole blame should be on the president. He
yes.
was not for it. But at the same time,
it has already failed. So in the terms of failing, it failed the day Parliament was attacked.
This government has failed.
And we are now saying we want to restructure back and start a new slate. So why can't all of us as leaders agree to start on a new slate?
Now, Gachagua also appears to start on a new slate.
Yes.
And he has reached out to the family of the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta.
Which is okay.
He says they're even, talking, frequently, okay. And they're planning. And Gachagua perhaps now is keen to have a backing of the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta. At the same time, on this other side, Kalonzo, who is disgruntled with the move by ODM, is also, or has hinted that the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta, is, helping them craft a political outfit.
You see,
how do you look at it?
For me, those are the things we normally say. Since independence, we have a challenge of betrayals. Now, we went to a PG.
Today?
No. Before we even came into all these things that are falling now into place, we came to a PG. I think Baba explained himself. I think the former Vice President, Kalonzo, who I respect very much, explained also himself. But then Baba said something, and he asked them, fine, the president must go, fine. Then we can't just leave the country that way. And from that time, I think that was the main last words we had from each other. I think where the fallout comes in is, which is okay, because I'll say this now spiritually, which sometimes I just say, maybe it's also a time for the former vice president, God is giving him, because the Bible says, I will give you a new path. It will be a very painful path, but maybe that is the path you are being told. Now you have to follow and see whether you can get what you have been saying you want, to be the president of the Republic of Kenya. So it cannot be, it will be happening inside here. Even in the times of Abraham, God says, leave that place and go. So him, since he believes also, and I know he's a prayerful man, there is no need, you need to structure this. Baba needs to hold the country. He's not saying he wants to become president 2027. He's saying, I need to see a country that is moving, going forward for the sake of everyone and the generation, and for the sake also of those who would wish to become presidents in 2027.
You've hinted, or you've talked about a PG that was there.
Yes.
You were present.
Yes.
Which positions was Kalonzo offered?
In terms of what?
Party?
You see, there's no position that Baba had. There was none at that time. And anyway...
But they're saying
there was
ODM
none.
is greedy.
Greedy in what?
You took all the positions.
Which ones?
If there were 4, they all were taken by
But they
the
didn't
top
want...
officials.
They said in that meeting, they said themselves, we cannot come in and we have to stand with the Gen Zs. And Baba said, we cannot interfere with the Gen Zs. They even told me to stay home. But I must look at the country beyond all of you. And I am going to do a very unpopular. In fact, I remember even asking him, Baba, if indeed you are indeed headed to AU, then your decisions are very unpopular to everyone, and you have no choice because your country comes first to have peace before you go even and make peace for Sudan, for wherever, for Mali, for all those countries that are in war. And so he said the same. And so anyone who wants to become president in Kenya, you have an opportunity to build better, to even become a stronger opposition, as you say. But we are saying, as ODM, these positions were never put at it there for Azimio, now this one's. No. Who knows whether the president decided to call each of them differently and request as a person.
Well,
before it comes to the party.
So now you're in the government of national unity.
Well, that is now that is now you creating a national government of unity. You do not create it. Let us now look at, we have a government that has taken inclusivity of many tribes, isn't it? Of many tribes, because they were not there. Does it make sense for the country? Does it cool down for people to now have peace, for me and the other to do their work? Does it make sense that you can now do your business? Those are the things we should do.
Are you sure President Ruto was not keen to weaken the opposition?
Was there even, what do you mean weaken the opposition? Because he has gone with 4 people.
So who are the minority now?
Wait.
Are you an opposition member?
2, of course I am. If anything comes that is not
so
right,
you still
I will
call
refuse.
out the government of the day?
Oh, I will call out. I am doing it based on me. My opinion, if this is wrong, it is wrong for the country. I will stand firm. It does not matter what. But regardless of that, there's one thing we must agree, that we had 2 members, the former governor of Mombasa, Joho, the former governor of Kakamega, Uparanya. They were outside. We inside, which I want us to appreciate also from going forward. So you brought in a new constitution, and you said there will be 3 arms of government. How does this other arm of government become opposition? The same way the judiciary is working and ensuring it checks us and checks the executive. That is what members of parliament should go back and do. That if it is wrong, it does not matter which side. What matters, you are in the arm of legislation, make it right. And then from there on, the president will appreciate that this arm of government is a legislative arm. All of these people, plus me, plus those who say they are in opposition, are state officers. Is there where they've been told you are opposition?
There is a new watchdog, Honorable Lachi.
Yes.
The Gachagua, Kalonzo, Uhuru.
Well, for me,
outfit but you're taking a commercial
that is
break.
a new outfit that is coming. I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it.
Whether she feels threatened by that new political outfit that is being formed. We are taking a commercial break yet again. We'll be back with this conversation on the set of politics. Stay tuned.
Have you watched K24? We would love